Alright, so that vegan teacher actually almost died. I know a lot of videos with the title almost died are almost always lying about it, but I'm not kidding, bro. This is actually legit. The vegan teacher seriously nearly died. Now, I really wasn't gonna make a video about this because I didn't really think this needed my input. I mean, it's a bad situation for the vegan teacher and there's really not that much to it. However, Miss Katie made some videos about this whole thing, and honestly, these videos are just some of the weirdest things I've seen in such a long time. I'll get to those videos in a second, but to start this off right, the vegan teacher was admitted to the hospital and had an operation on her eye. It was just supposed to be some standard procedure and nothing was really supposed to be that wrong with her. But then apparently there were needles that were supposed to slow down her heart rate for this operation, and her heart just completely stopped.
Hey everybody. First of all, stay vegan no matter what.
Okay, really, bro? That's the first thing you have to say? You look like you've lost an eye and you look like you're on your deathbed. Your 6 loyal fans probably want to know what the hell is wrong with you, and the first thing you say is stay vegan no matter what. Like, bro, I bet the doctors were just trying to give her some painkillers, and the first thing she sits there and says is, oh, but is it vegan though? Are they vegan painkillers? Like, this type of behavior is starting to sound like someone who cares more about the animals than themselves. Your love for animals is really starting to become concerning, Miss Katie. Now, this isn't really the approach I'm sure a lot of you thought I'd be taking. You might be wondering why I'm not being very empathetic with the vegan teacher here. Well, let me remind you right now, this is the same person who just about a month ago was comparing a baby losing its quote vegan virginity to it being sexually assaulted. And that's not even mentioning everything else she's done over the years. Forcing her dog to be vegan, mocking religion and Jesus, calling people murderers that aren't because they're not vegan, trying to get my channel deleted over a joke diss track. Yeah, don't think I forgot about that one. I remember that vegan teacher reporting my channel, trying to get my livelihood taken away over a joke diss track I made 3 years ago. Mrs. I want free speech. Okay, but let's just focus on this for a second. Let's just let the past be the past.
A second of all, so I had an operation on my eye called a vitrectomy, and when they put all the needles in to freeze it, my heart stopped. And so it gets slowed down a lot, and then it stopped, and I was unconscious, and you're not supposed to be. But anyway, they told me I have to stay in the hospital now, and I can't go home yet. Pretty dizzy, everything's still frozen all up here, I can't feel my head. I just wanted to make sure that you guys all know how important it is for us to protect the animals. So please today don't eat them, okay? Thank you.
Okay, Miss Katie, I think it's okay to lay off the vegan propaganda for just one day. It's okay to just sit here for 1 second and just relax in the hospital. I'm starting to think she's actually addicted to this crap, just constantly wanting to talk about the animals. I mean, at this point in time, I'm sure there are more important things to be worrying about. Imagine in the hospital bed, right, that vegan teacher after almost dying being fed cereal or something for breakfast. The nurses are there that nearly lost her and saved her life, and she's sitting there going, nurse, is this vegan milk? Like, goddamn, bro, I'd be so frustrated. Someone would need to hold me back. Now, look, don't take this video as me wanting stuff like this to happen to the vegan teacher. I mean, I wouldn't wish something like this on my worst enemy. This sounds horrible. But before recording this video, I just had to take a second to think about how would that vegan teacher react if something like this was to happen to me. If there was a video title from the vegan teacher called Glider Guy Almost Died, do we think that she would be wishing me well, sending me her best regards, and checking in to see if I'm okay? Let's be real, bro. Would she actually do that? Yeah, probably not. What she'd probably do is make a whole video about veganism and, you know, saying how me eating meat is the reason this is happening to me, and that I get what I deserve for destroying the animals, blah blah blah. That's what the vegan teacher would be saying about me. I can guarantee it. Now, these are some of the comments on this video. Her final word might be vegan, and I genuinely, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if that was it. If there was like a minute left in the vegan teacher's life and they were trying to get a few words out of her, I can guarantee she'd be like, well, guys, make sure you be vegan. Like, no one cares. Why is that so important? I think I'm dying. Cough, cough. Stay vegan no matter what. I mean, look, these comments don't have that many likes, but they deserve so much more because that's so true. I mean, let's be real. The vegan teacher would be doing that. This is what happens if you mock God. Now, this is probably the most popular thing that I've been seeing in the vegan teacher's comments. Like I said before, the vegan teacher has mocked religion and Jesus so much over the years. She even went as far as to make a video about Jesus not being vegan, which I mean is probably just the most most insanely disrespectful thing you can do. And so everyone in the vegan teacher's comments now is saying like this is karma for not respecting God. And I mean, I'll be honest with you right now, I can see where they're coming from. Like genuinely, this is what happens. You don't mock religion and you don't mock God because that you're just asking for it at this point. The undead wither skeleton continues to live. God damn, that is wild. There are so many outrageous and just out of pocket comments here, and I mean, you kind of expect that, don't you? When you get the most hated TikToker on the planet who's been hated for years now, and they almost die, I mean, this is kind of what you expect, these sort of comments. But anyway, after this video we just reacted to, she did an update video. This video is called The Day After I Almost Died, and she did this whole 2-minute thing, just, you know, updating everyone.
Good morning from my hospital bed in Italy, where my husband is standing looking out the window at the beautiful scenery. I had eye surgery yesterday. Unfortunately, due to the medication they put in the needle in my eye, my heart stopped and I almost died. I had to be given emergency atropine, but I'm okay now. Just a bit dizzy, and my head is still numb. My husband ran out to the local grocery store to get us some nuts, banana, and apricots to sustain us, since the breakfast here in Italy was pretty lame. It was essentially 2 dried up, processed pieces of toast. No fruit whatsoever was served. They gave me a cup of tea, but I don't think that soy milk or oat milk are a thing in this hospital. They're really behind the times here in Italy.
Okay, bro, can we please go one video without complaining about things not being vegan? I mean, come on, this sucks and everything, and this is terrible. Again, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, but I can almost guarantee that in a hypothetical situation, right, if the vegan teacher needed to drink dairy or eat a steak to save her life, and choose between that or not drinking dairy and eating meat and just die, she would probably choose to die, to be honest with you, which is absolutely insane to me.
The weather is amazing, and the buildings and everything are so cute, but I wouldn't call them a progressive society. I was told to get into a wheelchair because they were taking me to see the doctor. After putting burning eye drops into my head, they brought me back to my room, and I was told I was okay to go home now. My husband was here the whole time with me. They allowed him to sleep in a chair in the room overnight, which was great. He's a bit camera shy, but I told him, come and say hi. So there he is. Thanks so much to all vegan fantastic people who sent me messages telling me they were thinking about me.
What about the vegan phobic people asking if you're okay? You see, even if I sent the vegan teacher my condolences and best wishes and hope that she was okay, she'd still probably sit there and be like, well, glider guy, you're not vegan, you eat animals, so you obviously don't care. Which is just classic on her part, to be honest.
It's time to go home now and rest. And I know many of you have told me that you think that this was God's revenge for me not believing in him. And yet many people also say that God helped me through this. I have a lot more to say about the subject of God and religion.
Yeah, please don't. I think we've heard enough about your religion takes, to be honest with you, vegan teacher. The fact that you think we should change religions like you change your underwear if the religions aren't vegan kind of just shows that we don't need to hear any more of that. For those that are new to this whole vegan teacher thing, yes, she actually did say that.
I've tested God during the time that I was on the operating table and slowly stopping to breathe. I told him, kill me now if that's what you want. But apparently, my work here on earth is not finished. I'm alive, and I will fight even harder than before for the billions of animals who God has appointed me to defend.
Well, isn't that so sweet? So the vegan teacher is still on the planet and her only reason is to just defend a bunch of chickens and cows. Well, look, I'm not gonna stop you from believing in that fantasy. To be honest, it doesn't really concern me at all and I don't care, to be honest. Anyway, so that's the whole vegan teacher update, so click the video on screen right now because YouTube thinks you'll enjoy it and I'll see you all over there. Subscribe.